I've heard it again this week. It's early spring and the thumper is back. I'm going to see if I can maybe, just maybe, find exactly where it's coming from and find out who or what is making that noise. I've been out here for 3 nights and I'm finally getting close to the source. Night recording is beautiful, but it can be dangerous. It was over 20 years ago. I heard a sound. It went thump, 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 and it sounded mechanical. I remember clearly the first time I heard it, and I thought, someone was out there messing with me. I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't figure out who or what was making that sound. It was a definite thump sound, but it repeated like a single piston pump. You know, like one of them sump pumps used in wet basements in the spring. But there were no basements around. Nothing close enough to me that I could hear a motor. But this was very mechanical sounding. And I thought, maybe it's someone working in the bush, stamping the ground with something heavy, pounding the ground. Certainly no one working in the forest at 4 a.m. So I was perplexed. Tonight, we finally got our answer. I'm setting up my mics, and I'm not leaving until we find the source of that thumping. This one's the wide. And this one's watching my back on the dark side of the ridge. Here in the woods, it's dark and we'll be vulnerable. It's raw, pure nature. Anything could happen. We're in predator territory. There's bear, moose, and wolves, and some unidentifieds out there. So I've got my bear banger and my walkie-talkie radio handy. When I'm out here in the woods, especially at night, I'm filled with anticipation. I'm on high alert. Ears, eyes, nose, paying attention to everything around me, communing with the surroundings, becoming part of my surroundings. That's all. I've heard sounds in the woods at night that I can't explain or identify. Some of those sounds still remain a mystery to me. Maybe, sometimes, it's better to be left as part of the unknown, a mystery. Sometimes my curiosity gets the better of me, though. I just gotta dig into trying to discover what made that noise so I can finally put an ID on it. Tonight, it's the thumper. Tonight I'm setting up my high-def mic. Once it's set up, I can leave it in a spot for a couple of days and return later to retrieve it. Tonight, we're staying with the mic. Put your headphones on. This is the lay of the land, the mic, fire. Here's the highlands, the wetland, pond, Maple Ridge, crest, Froggy Pond. It's a bit of a nervous calm tonight. I'm just having a small, stealthy fire. Enough to give me some light and warmth. Maureen isn't with me tonight on this solo adventure, so the fire keeps me company. You start to hear things, the way the mind tries to make sense of the dark. Guys, I've been recording in the wilderness for well over 30 years now. I've hiked through the bush and sat by a fire all night and into the dawn, recording some amazing soundscapes over the years. Tonight, you're on the adventure with me. The recorder is live and rolling, just over there. Are your headphones on? Those peeps, they're spring peeper frogs. The warmer it gets, the louder and more intense their sound, especially when you're really close to the wetland. I remember my first few times being out in the bush recording solo. Usually Maureen is with me, so there's company, someone to share the sounds with as they happen. But tonight, alone, it feels different. Out here by myself, on my first few solo excursions, if there's anything that could be described as a nervous calm, I think I was feeling it. But as time went by, the nervous part subsided. I was left feeling the vibes of whatever the night surroundings presented. Enjoying the sheer stillness of the night is a big part of it. Peace and tranquility. A sound like that takes me back. One night I was out in the deep woods on a small lake in my canoe, and I pulled up to the sandy shore to get out and stretch for a few minutes. Answer the call of nature. And as I walked from the shore to the edge of the tree line, suddenly I heard a thump-thump sound, followed by a horrific scream and whistling sound, branches breaking. I'm not sure who was more surprised, me or the thing that was startled by my presence. I got back into the relative safety of my canoe, and I never heard anything afterward as I listened with intent. After another similar experience, I learned every sound has a name. I found out what that thumping was from. Its hooves stamping on the ground as it got up from bedding down, squealing as it took off. That scream and thumping was from a startled deer. But that wasn't the same thumping sound as the thumper. The thumper took me much longer to solve. I know what that sound is now, but at one time, it was a complete mystery to me. That's the sound of a heron squawking. I think it's coming from the pond area. There it is again. What I love about recording at night during this time of year is that everything is waking up. Everything is poised to do what it needs to do. Hormones are flowing. It's mating and birthing season for so many animals. Sometimes the birds are so ramped up, they burst into song in the middle of the night. See, he just couldn't help himself. He had to let go. I'm still waiting for the thumper. Without the background sound of those spring peeper frogs, you could really hear the distant sounds, especially if there's no wind. Oh, there's our beaver working away down at the pond. Something must have startled it to cause a giving warning slap with its tail on the water. It senses there's danger around. Beaver do a lot of their work at night, but they can be prey for bear and wolves. Whoa, there's the bar owl again. There's quite a few of them around here. Sometimes they natter back and forth with some crazy sounds. Maybe we'll get treated to that tonight if we listen closely. That's one of my favorite sounds on the lake, the hauntingly beautiful call of the loon. Some of the most peaceful nights recording have been those while I was out in the canoe on my favorite lake. The surface of the water would be like glass, not even a ripple. The mist gently rising into the cool night air. I'd spend night after night sitting back with a cozy blanket on to keep the dew off. And I'd merge with the sounds around the lake, with the loons, the owls, and the occasional wolf owl. Something's right there. Listen. It's big. It's okay. Wait. Just listen. See if it's coming this way. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, that's a fox cry. Come on, Thumper. I'm waiting. Oh, there it is. Listen. I'll probably do it again in a few seconds. There, did you hear that? Sounds mechanical, doesn't it? Like a machine starting up. There's what we've been waiting for, that thumping sound. Let me show you what it is. The thumper. It's a rough grouse. It cups its wings and beats them against the air to create a low-frequency throb. It's the heartbeat of the woods, a mating and territorial ritual. Once I knew what it was, the mystery didn't haunt me anymore. It became a welcome sign of spring. Now, whenever I hear that thumper, I don't feel vulnerable. I feel like the woods are alive and greeting me with the day. What's a sound that you've heard that you still can't explain? Tell me about it in the comments. I'd like to hear your thumper stories. Oh, keep your headphones on. The mystery of the thumper is solved, but as the sun begins to burn through the mist, a new rhythm takes over. I've spent 3 nights out here in the dark, but the real magic happens at first light. I've captured the full glory of this forest waking up, from the first sparrow to the morning breeze, and I've condensed it in the next few minutes just for you. This is special, guys. I'm going to step back now and let you hear the 40 acres at its full spring awakening. For Maureen, I'm Glenn. We'll see you next time. Over and out. And take care.